All right, guys, so this government shutdown mumbo jumbo baloney has been going on now for weeks and weeks, and Americans are really starting to wonder when we're going to see the end of it. Many of the consequences of this shutdown might not seem like they're going to impact you, but things like state park closings and furloughed government workers and limited government services can have a big ripple effect that affect millions of people. As far-reaching as these impacts might be, there's actually something even more newsworthy that's happening right now in America, and it has to be addressed here on this channel. It's been underscored by what's going on there in Washington, and Americans are starting to have a hard time making ends meet. Welcome back to the VIP Financial Ed channel. My name is Matthew. I am your cash flow coach, and in today's video, we're going to be diving into a few very important things to keep in mind here to protect yourself during these turbulent financial times, specifically as we're dealing with this government shutdown. The troubling statistic that we found is that as many as 78% of Americans in the workforce are actually living paycheck to paycheck right now. This is according to a recent report that was from Career Builder, and it's a troubling indication that on the whole, Americans are having a harder time managing their money. So what does the government shutdown really have to do with this? Well, as you may know, this shutdown has forced more than 800,000 federal workers to either go without pay or even not work at all. And if we run the numbers, it's reasonable to assume that an estimated 624,000 of those workers simply won't be able to keep up with their bills. Think about that for a second. More than 500,000 government workers are likely not going to have any way to keep current on their expenses while the government sorts itself out. And if you think that living paycheck to paycheck is a plight only endured by lower earners, think again. That same Career Builder report that I just mentioned also revealed that 10% of those with an income of more than $100,000 every year are earning just enough to barely stay in the black each month. If it's hard for you to think about how a six-figure earner would be scraping by, remember that the cost of living in some parts of the country make it almost prohibitive for many Americans to rent or own property at all. And that's due to the simple fact that real estate markets in those areas are just too competitive right now. So it just goes to show you that more income doesn't necessarily mean more wealth, and it most certainly doesn't mean more cash flow. What's more, it also serves as a reminder that any kind of revolving consumer debt that is carried over from one month to the next, like credit cards, it only takes us away from our goal of having a net positive cash flow or a net positive sum in our bank accounts after all of our monthly expenses have cleared. And I genuinely believe that the credit crisis that's affecting so many millions of Americans is really the contributor to the fact that so many of us are living paycheck to paycheck. So why do I think this? Well, 4 words: double-digit interest rates. A 2017 survey conducted by creditcards.com, one of my favorite sites for credit card comparisons, they found that the average annual percentage rate, or APR, of a credit card in the US is almost 16%. When you add this to the fact that the average American consumer is carrying between $3,000 and even $4,000 of ongoing credit card balances and debt, it starts to make sense that the bills really are just not getting paid on time. And if you're paying just the minimums on those accounts, they're designed to carry with you for decades and decades. So as long as the government shutdown continues to drag along, and as our lawmakers continue to just butt heads about how to best run this country, it's going to be more important than ever that you have a sound strategy in place for your personal finances. To help keep the bill collectors at bay, remember to plan your routine expenses while also setting aside specific amounts of money every single month for what I call surprise or infrequent expenses. Those are expenses that you don't pay each and every month, but you might pay periodically throughout the year or even just once a year, like automobile registration. Even if it's just a small amount of money that you're setting aside every month, you've got to try to make sure that you're paying your future self first before you're going out and spending money on the nice to haves of today. And some call this building an emergency fund. It's something that should be a priority either way, above paying down other debts, because it's your financial safety net. And those out of nowhere expenses that always seem to spring up at the wrong times are going to come back and catch you. Now, most of the time we don't want money sitting idly in a checking or a savings account, not working for you. So if you can use just a small amount to make sure you're safe, even the Dave Ramsey starting point of $1,000 per month is not a bad place to begin, at which point all of the rest of your money is actually working for you while you're simultaneously relying on the acquisition of what we call debt weapons for bigger reserves that you might need for those emergency experiences that you have that are unexpected. So as long as you're better prepared to deal with these pop-up expenses, then the likelihood that you're gonna get stuck going from one paycheck to the next gets smaller and smaller over time. So how, if at all, is the government shutdown affecting you in your life? I'm curious to know if it's had a ripple effect that's extended itself to your household. Are you optimistic that the federal government is actually going to resume operations anytime soon? Very curious to know what your thoughts are. Keep in mind, this is not a political channel, and if there is any point where somebody is getting divisive or political about their comments, we're just gonna end up deleting them. So keep it friendly, let's keep it objective, let's unite, join hands, and start to work on changing the social economics of this country one household at a time. And let's start with your household. I wanna make sure that we're looking at this as a team environment, guys. We're all in this for the same cause. Down with the banks, up with our own personal finances, and we need to unite in education and action in order for that to happen. Now, if you're a subscriber to this channel, this is gonna be one of the best parts of the video. This is where I actually give away a $25 Amazon gift card. I do this twice a week, guys, $50 each and every week. We're giving away almost $2,500 worth of Amazon gift cards this year alone. So make sure you are an active subscriber. And when I say active subscriber, that means you got to be down there posting comments, be interactive with other users and other viewers and other audience members. Make sure you're dropping likes on our videos. The more active you are, the better your chances of winning. And what I like to do is actually give the opportunity for 3 people to be winners. Now, what I do is I'll read off 3 names, and each one of you has the chance at this $25 Amazon gift card, depending on who's first. So the very first person that claims this gift card by using the link in the description below, the email address in the description below, will be the one that claims the 25 bucks. First person, Aaron Black. Second person, Keith Johnson. Third person, Clara Bartha. Hey guys, congratulations in advance. First person that hits us back is gonna be the proud owner of a new $25 plastic card that you can use on Amazon. Guys, I got $3,000 worth of stuff in my Amazon shopping cart right now for an investment property. So believe me, I could use something like that, and I'm guessing you can too. So enjoy it. And for those of you that have not yet won, make sure you're a subscriber, actively commenting and dropping likes. And until we see you on the next video, make it a great day today and take care.